Hey guys, what's going on? Jeb here, and in today's video, I want to show you why I believe another major correction is incoming to Bitcoin. As you know, Bitcoin is currently attempting to hold the 20 daily and weekly exponential moving averages, but due to our bearish daily MACD cross, I believe the chances of holding this are slim. In today's video, I'm going to be outlining exactly where I think Bitcoin is going to pull back to, and I'm going to be showing you all of the technicals surrounding the market at the current moment, so that hopefully you can walk away from this video with a better understanding of Bitcoin's current state and technical analysis in general. So if you're interested in learning more about that, make sure you watch until the end of the video. Before we get into it, guys, I also want to mention the first cohort, our private group where you're going to get access to the morning coffee and crypto live streams, 8 educational videos on trading, and an amazing community full of people who are willing and able to help you in your journey in technical analysis and trading. The link for the first cohort is in the description down below, but without much further ado, guys, let's go ahead and dive right on into it. Guys, I want to say one thing here at the very outset of the video, and that is that I'm feeling pretty bullish on Bitcoin for the long term. In fact, in 2 or 3 weeks from now, I think Bitcoin is going to be looking relatively bullish, but for the short term, there is a pretty good chance that Bitcoin has a little bit more of a correction, and that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. So please don't misconstrue what I'm saying for the short term as long-term bearishness, because that's just not the case. With that all said, guys, as you can see, Bitcoin is currently testing the 20 exponential moving average here on the daily chart, and likewise out on the weekly chart, Bitcoin came down and tested it on a wick. Bitcoin, unfortunately, though, in my opinion, is not going to hold either one of those moving averages, and I'll show you exactly why. As you can see, over the last week or so, Bitcoin has been consistently making lower and lower and lower and lower lows. Bitcoin has done that a significant number of times. Now, look, Bitcoin very well may bounce here, and if it does, that's fine. I'm perfectly okay with Bitcoin holding at the 20 exponential moving average. In fact, I'd be thrilled by that. I'm just not totally convinced that that's the most likely outcome of the scenario that we currently find ourselves in. Believe me, guys, Bitcoin not falling below this level of support, that would actually be one of the most bullish things that Bitcoin could do. But there is a pretty strong chance that it doesn't do that, and there is a pretty strong chance that Bitcoin falls here. And that's what we're talking about in today's video. As you guys know, I'm not the kind of person to sugarcoat anything. If I think Bitcoin's going to fall, I'm not going to say, oh, I think Bitcoin's going to rally just because I want to get your clicks. I want to tell you guys what's going on. I want to be genuine with you guys, and I want you guys to know what Bitcoin is going to do before it does it, so hopefully you can make a trade out of it. So with that said, if Bitcoin bounces here, great, perfect, boom. Bitcoin rallies and you enter a position maybe around $9,200 to $9,500. That's not really a defined entry position. That's just something that you could be looking at. If, on the other hand, Bitcoin does not hold here and Bitcoin does fall below the 20 exponential moving average for reasons that I just outlined, we keep making lower lows, Bitcoin's been rallying for a month and needs a correction, Bitcoin needs more of a correction than it just had here, then where do we see Bitcoin going in that case? Well, guys, as you know, Bitcoin just had a bearish cross on the daily chart MACD. Now, as some people have pointed out, that doesn't always indicate that a major correction is coming to Bitcoin, and that is true. But statistically, which that's everything Bitcoin is about, is statistics. In CT2A, there's a video called The Game of Statistics and Probabilities, because that's all Bitcoin is. There's no certainties in this space. Statistically, it is very likely that a bearish cross on the MACD chart, on the daily chart, will result in a correction. If we look here in history, to go ahead and back that up, as you can see, the last time that we had a major bearish cross on MACD, November 8th, election day, Bitcoin had a correction, and when it did that, the bearish MACD cross happened, and Bitcoin fell below the 20 exponential moving average. Keep that second part in mind. If we go back a little bit farther here to September, as you can see, we had a bearish MACD cross down here. Bitcoin fell below the 20 daily exponential moving average, and we corrected. Same thing happened back over here in August. Bitcoin had a bearish MACD cross, corrected, and fell below the 20 DEMA. Same thing back over here, and this is the last one I'll show you. On July 1st, Bitcoin had a bearish MACD cross, and about 2 weeks later, Bitcoin fell below the 20 daily exponential moving average. So what that means is the last 4 times in Bitcoin's history that we have had a bearish cross on the MACD, normally it has resulted in a correction and a fall below the 20 daily exponential moving average. It would indicate that we're pretty likely to see the same thing happen here. And that means 2 things. 1, it means that we're pretty likely to see Bitcoin fall below the 20 DEMA, obviously. But 2, it also means that if we don't, that's a very bullish sign. If Bitcoin decides not to fall and correct below here, and 3 weeks from now, Bitcoin is still above the 20 daily exponential moving average and hasn't fallen below it, that is incredibly bullish, and that's a very strong sign of a bull market forming, because that would be contrary to what history would show us. But if Bitcoin does fall below the 20 DEMA, here's what we can expect. As you guys probably know, there is a lot of support below Bitcoin. Sitting around $7,800 is one of the most important levels of support on Bitcoin. As you can see, we've come down and tested it a significant number of times back over here in October. We tested it quite a lot over here in November and December. We were using it as a level of support and resistance back in May and June of 2019, excuse me. And back in 2018, Bitcoin was using it as a level of support and resistance quite a lot, even going all the way back to 2017, as you can see, that was the topping out point for Bitcoin when it ran to around $8,000 back in November of 2017, over 2 years ago. This is an important level of support that has a lot of historical precedence. So what that means, guys, is that if Bitcoin does in fact come down to $7,800, there is a very strong chance that it holds it. The 20 EMAs are very important, but if Bitcoin cannot hold them, then it can't hold them. We need to find other support below it. $7,800 is a great example of that. We're also seeing a VPVR climax sitting right around $78,000 to $8,000. And the really cool thing about this, guys, is that if Bitcoin comes down to $7,800, then we'd be coming back down to the same support that we came down to in September and October of 2019. What that would mean is that this whole pattern that we've been in for the last 4 or 5 months would start to look a hell of a lot like an inverse head and shoulders pattern, guys. And that would be a very, very long-term inverse head and shoulders pattern. And guys, if you know anything about inverse head and shoulders patterns, typically the larger they are, the bigger the rally that's going to follow. And a similar thing could be expected here with a 5-month-long inverse head and shoulders pattern. It would make sense for a major rally to result from it. So here's what I want to see happen. Either one, Bitcoin holds the 20 exponential moving average, which I'm perfectly happy with. I have enough Bitcoin. I can dollar cost average all the way up. I'm okay with buying in at these prices. But if Bitcoin does not manage to hold the 20 EMA, I'm actually perfectly fine with that too, because I've got a pretty strong feeling we're not going below $7,800. We are trying to hold the 20 EMA, and we're doing a halfway decent job of it, I'll remind you. But if we don't manage to hold it, we're going to pull back to $7,800. We're not going to have a ton of bearish momentum. It's not like we're falling through the floor and we're just going to fall straight through it. We're going to come down to it and we're going to test it. And in my opinion, we're probably going to hold it. And when we hold it, we're going to bounce. And when we bounce, we're probably going to start a new uptrend and rally and follow through on the rally that we've been seeing here over the last several weeks. And the new bull market is going to start from there when Bitcoin gets above our 200 daily simple moving average, which is curving down right now. And you could probably extrapolate it out to look something like that. Bullishness is coming, guys. Winter is coming. Bullishness is coming. We're going to see some bullishness coming to Bitcoin in the next few months, but I could very easily see Bitcoin pulling back to $7,800 first, and I want to make sure you guys are aware of that, because if you're not aware of it, you could very easily go into a long position right now with the 20 EMA holding a support. It gets broken, you get stopped out, and then you miss an entry position because you just turned it into a short. So I want you guys to be very careful here. I want you guys to understand that there is a pretty strong chance that we fall back down to $7,800. And I also want you to understand one thing that's very important, and that is that that's not a bad thing. It's actually a very good thing. Bitcoin can consolidate here. Bitcoin can lock in these gains. So long as Bitcoin is still making higher highs and higher lows, I'm perfectly fine with this. I want the rally to happen slowly. I want the rally to take its time. I want the rally to be sustainable and not just blow its top off like we did over here in 2019 and result in another 8-month correction. Because I don't know about you guys, it gets kind of boring when Bitcoin's just crashing every single day. I mean, seriously, how am I as a YouTuber supposed to make clickbait to get you guys to click on my videos when Bitcoin is trading sideways? I can't. I mean, I'm not that talented. But anyway, guys, I think you get the point. There is one more little silver bullet piece of technical analysis I want to show you, and that would be our RSI. Haven't talked about this in any videos lately, but as you can see on the daily chart RSI, there is currently an uptrend. If Bitcoin falls below the 20 daily exponential moving average, it will also be breaking this uptrend on the RSI, which will result in a little bit more bearish selling pressure, which would likely cause Bitcoin to fall a little bit faster, down to $7,800. So long as Bitcoin holds above 69, I am perfectly fine. The reason I say that, by the way, is because 69 would be one of our bottoms over here. $6,900 is where Bitcoin wants to stay above. So long as it's above that, I'm still bullish on Bitcoin. But anyway, guys, I think I've made my point here. One thing I want you guys to remember is that there is absolutely no reason that your emotions should be involved in trading. A lot of people, they see a correction or they see a rally and they FUD or they FOMO. They get into a trade that they shouldn't have, whether that be long or short. It happens in both directions. And then they learn that they regretted it. They wished that they hadn't have entered that trade. They wished that they hadn't have gotten into that position. They wished that they hadn't have thrown away some of their money because Bitcoin's going to rally. I'll go 50x long. You want to be careful with that. Guys, make sure you're not trading on emotion. Make sure you're trading on logic. It's different to use your intuition. Some people beat me up about that, but I will stick with that till the day I die. Intuition and your experience and your wisdom in the market is one of the most valuable tools you have. That is not emotion. It's a very, very, very different concept. Don't let your emotions dictate your trading. Let your brain and your logic and your instinct dictate your trading, and your technical analysis dictate your trading, and your fundamental analysis and your news reading dictate your trading, and you will be okay. So guys, just keep it up. Everybody knows that it takes time to learn cryptocurrency markets. If you're not profitable right now, you will be in a year if you keep working at it. Keep working at it every single day. I've been working in these markets every day for 3 years, and I'm still learning new things all the time. It's a common misconception that people have that eventually you get there and eventually it all just works out and eventually you just have everything that you ever wanted. life is a journey, life is a highway, and it never really ends. You're always learning new things. You're always getting new experiences. You're always trying to better yourself and improve your situation. You're never going to get there, whatever that even means. So don't think the same thing is going to happen in trading. It's going to take time, but you're going to eventually get to the point where you are profitable and where you are happy to be doing your trading. So guys, don't ever give up. Bitcoin is a great opportunity, and you're going to regret it if you leave it in 20 years. I can pretty much guarantee you that with everything I've studied here. Anyway, guys, I am already running well behind schedule, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap the video out. But before we go, I first want to mention the first cohort because, guys, the first cohort is our private trading group. There's a lot of great people over there. There's currently 75 members, and I would love to see you join us. You're going to get access to our morning coffee and crypto live streams. I did one of them live for the YouTube channel, not just for first cohort earlier today. The VOD is on YouTube. You can go back and watch it. I even played the piano back there in it if you would like to see that. I post trade ideas in the first cohort. There's videos down here on a lot of different things I have learned through the course of my experience working in cryptocurrency markets. You're going to get access to me and our amazing community where you're going to have friends, you're going to build connections, and you're also, most importantly, going to learn about trading and hopefully be able to make some profitable trades with us. There are people out there, and I'm not going to name any names, that charge $1,000, $2,000 a Bitcoin a month for one of these private groups. And quite frankly, I think that's a ripoff. You don't need to be spending that much money on a private group. For $25 a month, you're going to get access to all of that. And by the way, if you're already in CT2A and you join the first cohort, shoot me a DM on Discord because it's on Discord, and I will give you $25 in Bitcoin back to rebate you the first months of your subscription payment if you are in CT2A. That's just a little bonus and a discount for those of you guys who helped to support the channel to get to this position in the first place with the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Guys, the links for both of those are in the description down below. Both of them are fantastic products, and both of them are about to have major updates coming to them in the next few months. We're going to start working on those next week. But anyway, guys, that is going to have to wrap it out for today's video. But before I go, I do first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always. And I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.